Welcome everybody to the Dave Knows Comics live stream. I'm your host, David Lee, and I think I got the setup thing worked out this week. I think I might just have this effectively done. Not as smooth as I want. If you could see my mobile command center right now, you would realize that this is a gibberish hodgepodge of a bunch of random assorted stuff all put together just to make this possible, but I think it'll work. I think this will be what we do from now on. Possibly, at least. Yeah. So, how is everyone doing? Hope everyone is enjoying themselves. It's going to give everyone some time to, So, going to give everyone some time to get on, check out what we got on the live stream today. What's up? What's up, Vinny Montana? Degenerate? Why? Does chat look like that? Okay, Degenerate, what's going on? Well, I have a question for you. Why is Rick Rude not included in any of those packages? Interesting question, isn't it? And I say it all the time. WWE has a bias towards them. It's like, in my opinion, while a lot of people criticize Roman Reigns, John Cena for being shoved down your throats, in my opinion, Shawn Michaels was the OG shoved down your throats. The only difference is it worked, and the fish bought it, and the sheep bought it. That's the difference. WWE is over the moon about him, and they're completely wrong, but they've managed to get all the masses to drink the Kool-Aid and buy it. But we're also seeing that with Cena, too. As time has gone on, now young kids who grew up with Cena, liking Cena, are now adults now. And now they kind of don't mind him so much. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen with Roman Reigns. All the little kids that like Roman Reigns, they're going to grow up and they're going to view him as being better than what he was remembered at the time. Shawn Michaels wasn't this love the champion when he had the belt. Despite the boyhood dream thing that they keep playing over and over again, he wasn't over. And that's the hindsight. Rude hated DX. Yeah, but he was my favorite member of DX by far. Not even a question. And I think it's he belonged in the group, but also he's easily the best wrestler in that entire stable. That's not like a question. It's not even me just being me. It's not just my typical click hate. If you look at a lot of. That's the way. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's just the way things are, as far as I'm concerned. I don't. But bit early. Yeah, trying to get on early. Last time I came on early to try and not conflict with Brian Zane's live stream, and then he came on early, so I figured I'll come on even earlier. If he comes on now, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. What up, Dave? Dude, hey, what's up, Joshua A? Shawn Michaels did hold the business down, and he was brick. Yes, completely agreed. What have I missed? Well, talking about the Hall of Fame announcement that I refuse to acknowledge. And is it just me? Never mind, I'm not going to get into it. Dave, ice cream truck. Not falling for that. I can see behind me now. We're like a minute in the live show on the Comic Books channel, nonetheless. Yes. Yep. Yes. You woke up at 3:30 p.m.? Jeez, dude. What are you doing, man? Rude should be going with them. Yeah. I mean, they're putting China in, and they have, their issues with her, but they're still putting her in, which is good. So why not put Rick Rude in, too, while we're at it? Thoughts on NXT talent last night? It was interesting. I don't know. I wasn't clear on if this is going to be permanent or not. I mean, I don't think it is, but still, it was interesting. I thought the Revival DIY, I don't know if you want to call them that, match, Ciampa Gargano match, was, because they specifically said that they were not DIY last night. Cole said that. I don't know where it's going, but it was something I did take note of. Dave, have a Snickers. You get angry when it'll take a lot more than a Snickers to cool that fire. Here I go, not being able to leave well enough alone. Sorry about that. Okay, so new setup. I think I finally got this down. It's still not the most efficient thing, but I got it. Why isn't Hornswoggle included? That's another good point. Yeah, so I don't know if they're where they're going with it. Because it's like, yes, they are back together, but they're not together. I could do color if you want. It doesn't really matter today. I think I have time. So I don't know where it's going with that, but I thought the DIY, the Ciampa and Gargano revival match was good. I wish the crowd was more into it. But I understand why they weren't. And I think the biggest problem, and thank you for the thumbs up, whoever that was. I think the biggest mistake of it was it is essentially a heel versus heel match, and therefore no one could play to the crowd. Gargano, really good at getting sympathy, couldn't get that from the crowd. I don't know that it would be any different, because they did liven up a little bit towards the end, but there was a lot of like big spots they didn't do, like crowd pleasers that they can't do when they're both teams are playing heel, so that's kind of hard. Favorite movie quote of all time? Are you asking me, or are you about to tell me yours? So that was a tough spot. Is that they put, and plus also it makes tag team champs look bad, or it's going to make the NXT and North American Championship look bad. So by having it booking one way or the other, that wasn't going to help. Hey, next week on the wrestling, we need to speak exclusively about comic books. So is Dean face again? Yeah, maybe. I really cracked up at that angle. I was upset that he lost. So, like, he lost pretty easily to Drew. And, good for Drew getting the push and all, but really we're just going to crap on Dean. But the storyline where he's just completely nuts is hysterical. Like, I laughed a lot. I don't know if Dean qualifies that as hokey, but I thought it was good. I thought it was a good way to backpedal out of this terrible heel turn, which I very much, from the beginning, in case you remember, said I don't want to happen. So surprised so many people is not only main event worthy, but a future WWE champion. Ricochet, that is. Problem with a lot of the NXT guys I've noticed is that mic work is a little rough. They're not bad, but they're a little flat. Mine is this day that you will always remember as the day that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, I read that terribly, but okay, from Pirates of the Caribbean. See, there are other. If we're gonna go with Captain Jack, they're like, I like it when they're talking about. There's gonna be one of those moments where you have. Ooh, thank you for the thumbs up. We're up to 3. Have to choose to do the right thing, and he goes, I love those moments. Love to wave at them as they pass by. Like that. That's my favorite Jack Sparrow quote. It's not my favorite movie quote, but it's my favorite Jack Sparrow quote. To be honest, I think all these call-ups are unnecessary. They are and they are not. I understand that they diminish the value of the call-up. There's no room for them at Raw or SmackDown. However, it is vitalizing a little bit of fresh blood into the mix, but more importantly, it's serving as a good advertisement for NXT. Like, you're going to see more. I'm going to talk more about that. You're going to see a couple episodes where I'm talking about that more, but it's advertisement is the key. These shows are a form of advertisement. They are a product in of themselves, but they are also a form of advertisement. It doesn't work the same way anymore because the pay-per-view structure is different. But go-home shows sell the pay-per-view, and they sell the house seats. They sell the tickets. You want to go to a Raw live because you like watching Raw on TV. As I said, I have an episode coming up that goes into this a little bit more. But NXT is suffering. NXT lost over $30 million. Not last year, but the year before that. And they lost that, if I remember correctly. And they lost over $30 million. Because they're trying to pack these huge arenas for takeovers. Meanwhile, they don't have the audience. Last I checked, it's about 1 million subscribers on the network. So that means there's only about 1 million people watching. And all 1 million of them don't live in the same area. And they're not necessarily going to go out to pay money to see an NXT show when it does come to town. So you don't have as much potential money. However, Monday Night Raw has around, I mean, now it's bad, but it's around like 2 million, and their attendance are already dropping for Monday Night Raw. So it's all in perspective. If they had larger a venue, if they had a larger audience to project to, then they can better sell tickets for live events. So again, yes, the show itself is a product, but the product also works as a form of advertisement. So in a way, it's good to try and rebound some of NXT's money. So now a lot of people who don't have the network can see NXT and go, oh, I get it. This is why I should get the network. You know, they tried it with the Cruiserweights. Didn't exactly work, but there you go. I think so. Triple H called them call-ups. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I was very unclear about, is this how they're going to be permanently? To blow up with the potential move to FS1. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I'm not sure, because here's the thing. The reason why NXT works the way it does, and a lot of people don't realize this or look at the same thing with the Mae Young Classic, same thing with the Cruiserweight Tournament back when that was a thing. Not 205 Live specifically, although 205 now Live now, yes, but or NXT UK, is that people who have the network, there's like roughly 1 million subscribers, those are real people who are real wrestling fans. So NXT and the Mae Young Classic, and which women's wrestling Mae Young Classic, the Cruiserweights, which is cruiserweight wrestling, which is not a genre or anything like that, but it's just weight class and different styles. But the way they've been wrestling each other, or the presentation, same thing with NXT. This is things that real wrestling fans want. So you got to be like a hardcore fan to buy the network for $9.99, and it appeals to hardcore fans. But when they go to Monday Night Raw, not only do these guys not know who these characters are, and then when they get a little backstage vignette, they're usually flat on the mic. Like, Ciampa's good. Ciampa's good. Gargano's flat. The Revival are flat on the microphone. I mean, Ricochet's a little flat on the microphone. Even Dolph Ziggler's flat on the microphone. But there are a lot of guys that a lot of that serious wrestling fans like, but they're not necessarily going to win the masses over because they don't have that. There's nothing wrong with what they're saying, but they're a little flat when they're talking, because it's a lot of times they stick a microphone on their face and they're like, it's like, this is the dream, and I'm here, and it's good, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the Raw. I'm ready for Monday Night Raw, and you guys are going to be ready to see me. And that's how they cut a promo, and it's boring, and it's not great, and it's not genuine. Yeah, a lot of people have that problem with the whole scripted promo. I get that. So there's numerous factors why that is. But they're not going to sell to the crowd with their promo, with their mic work or their character work. Finn Balor reads because the demon gimmick, well, some people don't like it, or some people think it's stale. It captivates people. It gets kids' attention. It gets grown-ups' attention going, oh, who's this guy? So that works. So there's a lot of things that appeal to the mainstream. WrestleMania is not going to be New York. It's going to be New Jersey. That is true. Kevin Owens. Yeah, very weird, Kevin Owens. I think it's very funny how if I'm because we didn't do yesterday's live stream, me and Albert, so when I don't do it like a Monday, there's like a huge amount of wrestling people who conversation while I'm talking, and we're down to only 3 people watching this live stream. Okay, might as well get to the drawing part, since I don't know, me talking about wrestling might be alienating everyone. How's it going, Zach Rowe? Yeah, so yes. So, who does everyone want me to draw? Let's just get this out the way, since this apparently isn't working. Who will Triple H wrestle at Mania this year? Who cares? Rumor is Batista's still in the works. Yeah, we need to get it out of our system. Triple H versus Dean Ambrose would make sense, but rumor is it's still Batista for whatever reason. But yeah, Triple H and Dean would make sense, especially if they're really gonna reveal a huge swerve and Dean staying with the company. This was all an angle. If his new completely out of his mind gimmick works, where he leaves the company and then after WrestleMania he shows back up and he's like, "What are you talking about?" That's just draw Ant-Man. Interesting. Joe Doomsday. Whoa, Doomsday. Wait. Oh, Harry Flint's not here. I will not give a suggestion as Dave drew my suggestion last week. Thank you, True Sinister. I appreciate that. Draw the Hurricane. What is with you with the Hurricane? I like the Hurricane because he hates Shawn Michaels, but still. I definitely want to try something different this week for in terms of drawing. I've been doing a lot of the pre-drawing and then layering on top, which is something I recommend for a lot of people to for drawing. I think it's great. It's great when you're advanced, but it's also really good to start off. Jim Gordon. I was gonna stop it, Tole. I'm not going to. Stop trying to get that over. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Ooh, 7 people watching. Thank you. I wished Harry was here, but it's more fun. Oh yeah. So what I was trying to say is, yes, Mean Girls reference. Why I watched that movie is self-explanatory, I think. I've done that already, though. He's in a filing cabinet somewhere. Draw Billy Batson. I'm thinking between Doomsday and Ant-Man. Ant-Man's an interesting. Ooh, 5 thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess I'll go with Ant-Man. I don't mind that. Yeah, I was gonna say I've been sticking to the pre-drawing stuff a lot, and well, that's fine and all, and it's a good advanced technique. But at the same time, what's cool about it is it's a good beginner technique too. I feel I never really do it in my well, I mean, in my personal life when I'm in my normal drawing. That's just not how I draw. I usually just draw, and as I mentioned before, I found out that's how Jack King Kirby is. He just draws, just puts a pencil to the paper and doesn't lift it up until he's done. I suddenly realize I have no idea what Ant-Man's comic book costume looks like. In my head, he has like this big round dome, and I'm like, is that really what he wears? It's like in my head, he's got like a Martian dealie. Like, I was like, that can't possibly be his costume. If it is, it explains why they changed it for the movie. Because there's like for those of you who know the comedian Russell Peters, like he said that he didn't know his friend Marlon had a lisp until he did an impression of him. Like that's how I feel about some comic book character. And the stupid thing is, I've drawn Ant-Man before, and I just don't remember. But there's a lot of things that you don't think about until you start drawing them. And you're like, is that really what this looks like? Or how does this piece connect here? Ooh, thank you for the thumbs up. We're up to 6, and thank you for being here, all 8 of you guys. Draw Johnny Depp. Ugh. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying that, so I heard that Jack Kirby just doesn't do any of that pre-drawing crap. He used to just draw. It's, so the King did it, and not not saying I'm remotely close to his level or anything, because I'm definitely not. But I drew that. That's normally the way I drew. But like when I would draw. But when I'm on here or drawing, I feel the need to perpetuate proper drawing habits or promote things that work better for a lot of people, or more things that are more accessible or can benefit people. You know, so I'm doing things in a more professional way. But meanwhile, I don't really draw like that. So today I figure try to draw more like I normally draw, even though I'm using different materials. So I normally don't draw with this like big this pen, this kind of mechanical pencil. This is a thicker one. This is really meant for pre-drawing, so I don't normally use that. I just use my big mechanical pencil. But so yeah, I figured today draw a way more comfortable because I really wasn't happy with the Martian Manhunter that I drew. I thought that was terrible. And see, here's the thing: for drawing characters, I've drawn a lot, or I like drawing, and I have a specific way of drawing them. Trying to change my style to do the pre-drawing techniques and things like that kind of throw me off because I'm not used to doing it that way, and I'm not realizing it until I start it. And so now I'm kind of doing like a compromise or something more middle of the roadish to draw more what I normally draw. And I also draw on the live stream bigger than I would draw personally, because normally I like to draw about this size. I really don't remember much of Ant-Man's costume. I know he has a goofy costume, but I guess I'm realizing how goofy right now. Okay, hit the button. Just started watching a few of these, and I don't know who Dave was already drawn. Oh no, Juggernaut and Bane I've done. I didn't like it, but I did draw Bane. Juggernaut I haven't, and Juggernaut I like. Uh, but yes, thank you for hitting the like button, guys, and thank you for recommending that people hit that like button. Thank you. I heard a lot of people now saying I hate DC. Comic books, DC is doing way better than Marvel in my opinion right now. I like a lot of the DC books right now more than Marvel. Also, their animated movies. Well, I don't really like any of the animated movies that are coming out. DC's doing better at it than Marvel is. But the movies, the big movies. Oh, and TV shows, I don't like any of them. So DC or Marvel TV shows, the live action ones, I'm not a big fan of either sets. Well, they're not bad. I don't care. Animated TV cartoons right now, same thing. Don't really care for any of them. But what up, AJ Envoy? But the movies, yeah. So movies is a win. Comic books, the source material, the thing that it all comes from. DC wins right now. Marvel movies, definitely not even a question. And then everything else I kind of don't really care about. I always shave, I think. I try to. But thank you for noticing. Like I'm saying, this is what my brain tells me Ant-Man's costume looks like. And I didn't flesh out his face details too much or his head details because I was like, that can't be what his costume is. But I'm beginning to think it is because I got nothing else. And no one seems to correct me. Bane, Tom Hardy or Batman and Robin Bane? Which one you draw? I drew Tom Hardy Bane. I didn't draw Robin. So you saying you don't like Gotham? I did. I don't anymore. What are my thoughts on WoW? World of Warcraft? Not. I've never played it. Is it a bit small? It is. Like I said, this is the size I normally draw, but I'm also drawing this for him at this size for a reason anyway, so. Oh, Williams owns Women of Wrestling Well. Oh, whoops. That's good. It's fine. Thoughts on Joker standalone movie that comes out this year? I'll wait till I see it. Parts of me are like, yeah, and parts of me are like, no. Who knows? I need to know more about it. Because you know what I think is funny is that when you start saying this movie, people say this movie looks like garbage. I don't want to see it. People say, "How can you judge a movie on that you haven't even seen yet?" I was like, "It's easy. That's how you judge movies. You see the trailer, or you hear what it's about, and then you decide, hey, I want to go buy a ticket to see it, or I don't want to buy a ticket to see it." I was like, "That's exactly how you watch movies. That's how you judge a movie. You don't watch everything and then make your decision. Who does that?" I ain't got that kind of time to watch every movie in existence just so I know. Cinemas suck. I love them. I love going to the movies. As long as it's for a movie that I like. But yeah, going to movies is fun for me. I know some people hate it. I know some people are very uncomfortable by it. But not me. I like all the junk and all that stuff. Could have chose a better time. Sorry, Blake Brendan. Said I'm trying not to compete with Brian Zane who live streams. So just trying to find a time that works. Plus, I will be. Dave, now you've made an enemy out of me. Why? What'd I do? Oh, because I like going to the movies. And you hate and everyone who likes going to movies is your enemy. That's a bizarrely specific. I hate to tell you this, man, but you're gonna have a lot of enemies if you do that. You cannot beat the cinema experience. Yeah, I don't care if you don't go. You don't have to go. I could care less if you go or not. So NXT just got a gut punch. How to get a gut punch? Because all those people, quote unquote, got called up. We don't know if they actually got called up or if they were just there. I can't imagine the two of their champions are just going to leave. Dave, me and Double A argued on Discord for a solid 35 minutes, if not longer. Wow, that's some serious stuff. What'd you argue about? Was it the movies? When watching movies on my cell phone, it's just not the same in theater. No, that is definitely true. It is definitely not the same. It's like the crocodile thing. Let's go find out that I really don't know the anatomy of what an ant looks like. I don't know if it has like two middle parts or just one. It's going to get two. So I got the butt part and then like that middle part. They'll probably be permanently on the main roster after Mania. But as champions, that's weird. Unless they both lose it. We argued about why Double A hates the cinema. Oh, well, why? I get it. I will quit gladly go change into my wrestling attire and beat you down with her. I understand it. Like, I understand why people dislike it. I understand that it's crowded, it's overpriced. I get all that. You can make all the arguments you want, but I still like going. So, and again, I don't care what other people do. I think as we learned from the top of the show that there are people who like certain things that I can't stand, and I have my reasons for why I don't like it. I also think I have my reasons for why people do like it. And I could care less. Why did WWE have to bury the Revival? Because they've been doing it since they came to the main roster, so they figure why change their formula now? Why change a horse mid-race? Yeah. This is where I'm learning stuff, because I apparently have no idea where an ant's legs come out of its body. I haven't drawn an ant probably since I was a little kid, so now I have no idea what I'm doing. Or how many legs an ant is supposed to have. I'm going to go with 8. I don't know if that's right. It's a Regal promo. He gave a promo about why he hates the movies. Why did WW have to? Oh, yeah. I don't like popcorn. The unpopped kernels and the skins suck. Yeah, well, okay, that's true. It's also cheap to make and expensive when they sell it. Yeah, like I get it. I understand that's overpriced, but I like the whole hoopla. The weird thing is, I'm not a big concert guy, and I'm also not a needing everything blaringly loud guy. But for some reason, I still like movies. Ooh, 8 thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys. Bye. Well, I'm pretty sure they don't have 2 middle parts. They might. I don't know if they do or not, but this one's gonna have it. Ant-Man found a super ant. So I'm really sure that biologically I am way off the mark in terms of ant anatomy. Well, that's interesting. Zach can't wait until Fastlane. I don't think you have to wait very long. Don't forget we have a trivia champion. Ooh, that's cool. Zach Beach in the finals, huh? The shortest title reign in Discord history. I feel sorry for the Nugget. The Nugget. Okay, so this is my weirdly proportioned ant, who I'm pretty sure I have drawn with no accuracy whatsoever. Now I'm also trying to remember. The one weird thing about Ant-Man is I remember his gloves have this weird, like, rip on them. It's Undertaker rip thing. I don't know if it's an Undertaker thing. Well, I know it's not an Undertaker thing. I'm just going to say it's an Undertaker thing. I don't know if his boots have it too, but hey, his boots are going to get it now. I don't 100% remember the pattern here. So I'm just gonna go with this as an option. By the way, guys, did you know you can watch the Masters of the Universe movie for free on YouTube? Okay, that would be TK Fritz. Okay, so I'm going ahead with this since nobody corrected me. Have you seen Cobra Kai? First 2 episodes that were free on Red. I did. Oh, his shooting on Russo is very funny. That is very true. Okay, then. Can't find the thing I want. Alright, well, I'm going with this then. Whenever drawing a character with a mask, it's kind of difficult because sometimes you want things to make sense a certain way, even if they don't. I remember hearing Jim Lee would say, like, when he was a kid, he used to draw, like, or, you know, maybe he does it now, I don't know, but he would draw someone without the mask and then draw, like, the mask on top of it to make sure everything would fit accordingly and that he was right. And while that is technically, and again, that's awesome, and that's should be the way things go. But for me, sometimes I realize that a person's face in the mask doesn't have to make as much sense as you necessarily would want it to. I mean, in this case, I think it does, but or in this case, I'm making it that way, but still, sometimes, because I've seen drawings with the Juggernaut, perfect example, where it's like you see the holes of his eyes and his mouth, and if you ever stop to really think about how spaced out they are, his head would have to be enormous, even and not just because he's the Juggernaut, but like even biggerly proportion than it is to fit the mask. So the way the guy drew it, the mask wouldn't really work unless his head was, you know, 300 pounds, you know, or something like that. But it looks right. Or sometimes you don't see the little shadow behind, like, the eye sockets or the mouth jaws. So his flesh, like, takes up the entire holes, and the holes are huge of his face mask. So sometimes it just doesn't look right at all if you think about it. But it looks right when you just look at it as a drawing. So, well, and I'm not saying Jim Lee always draws it like that or always demands that they make sense. I don't know if he does or not nowadays. I just remember him talking about how when he was a kid, those would be like drawing exercises he would do, which is pretty cool. So I'm not trying to say, and you know, and I like Jim Lee a lot, so I'm not trying to say anything bad about Jim Lee whatsoever. I just want to point out that he said that one story, and from that one story got me thinking about things. And while I still agree with that, and I'm even doing it right now, I think sometimes there's some really cool drawings that you do that don't have to make sense. If that makes sense. Sorry, couldn't resist. I'll come on Discord later. Hope you do. Dave, you should get Jim Cornette on your show. I would love to, especially like, you know, with Brian Zane, who, as you guys know, you know, definitely big friend of the wrestling channel, and guy is awesome. Big guy, you know, gave me a lot of help. Cannot thank him enough. I know that, you know, one of his first big gets was getting Jim Cornette, and I would love to get Jim Cornette still growing. You know, it's weird. It's like I had these like goals and stuff I would like to do, but I say, hey, I can't do that. Oh, someone gave me a thumbs down. That's not cool. Was it you double A because of the cinema? Roma's on this card. Dave, which NBA team do you support the next? Yes. I don't know why anymore, but yes. I have a very hard time remembering why, but yes. Like I said, I know why you hate the movies. I going to the movies. I get it. You don't have to explain it to me. I totally understand it. Uh, hey, Double A, did you know that William Regal says he loves going to the movies? He says he absolutely loves the experience ever since he was a kid. I love the assigned seating. Love the assigned seating. The ads in the beginning, I get it, but those are buffer times for people who can't show up to places on time. Do you want to punish people who are late for things? Yeah, I wouldn't mind it, but at the same hand, I understand it being a nice little buffer. And where was it? Where was arguments 2, 3, and 5? Yeah, so I don't know what you're going to take, but that William Regal said he loves this. I don't know if that's true. I'm making that up, but he might. I just want to see what you would do. Food is loud. Food is loud? Yeah, when it's alive. No, I get it. All the crinkling in the paper and all that stuff. So Zach Rowe, I think it was Zach Rowe. 9, you can't pause to go to the toilet. Deal with it. Don't you guys call it the water closet? I hate a dead audience that doesn't properly react to the scenes. In wrestling, I don't like a dead audience. In the movies, no, it's fine if you shut up. Like Into Spider Verse, there was a whole group of kids behind me, and I had to turn around and tell them to shut up. Like reacting is one thing, but commenting and talking is another. Talking, just shut up. Do not talk. Just shut up. Do not check your phone. Do not talk. Irresponsible adult uses the toilet beforehand. No subtitles for Tarantino movies. You need subtitles for Tarantino movies? There's a lot of subtitles for Tarantino movies. Glorious Bastards is nothing but subtitles. You can bring your own food. You just have to be discreet about it. Brian from Monday Night Wrong is actually really good at doing that. We saw Dark Knight and he smuggled in a mango. He said, I like wrestling movies, but can only come up with Ready to Rumble, Beyond the Mat, and The Wrestler. You can bring your own food. Just thinking, yeah, exactly. So, you know. I told my friend the other day what would have made a funny gimmick match for WWF in your house pay-per-views if one of the matches, not the main event, was actually in one lucky WWF fan's house. That would be funny. All right, enough already. Can't get your refund back for a bad match either. All right, Double A, stop hijack. All right, stop turning into that guy that won't shut up about Becky Lynch. All right, great. No one cares why you don't like the movies. Don't you have studying to do? The only thing I really hate is when people in the cinema overreact to stuff on screen and make over. Orton's house was a legendary, hilarious moment. Yes, Orton invading Triple H. I mean, Triple H invading Orton's house. I had that backwards. Even for the Discord, Double A, no one cares about it here. Again, I think the internet is too consumed with other people's opinions. I don't care what other people think or do. I know what I enjoy, and that's it. I don't care. And I don't think other people should care either. Does going to movies or not going to movies hurt you if other people do it or don't do it? Does it matter? No? Then who cares? It really makes no difference. So stop stressing and stop trying to get other people to agree with you or venting about things and try in the hopes that people will agree with you. I understand that some people like Shawn Michaels. I believe they are very wrong. I will say my piece if I am asked, but I am not asked, then don't bother. And I know that I can never change the whole world's mind. I would like it if I could, but I can't. So I was told, I remember in high school, I was told my freshman year by a teacher that one of the keys to being popular is to only give your opinion when it's asked. If it's not asked, then don't give it. I don't know how true that is. It was just something he told me. movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kid showed me what an ant's mouth looked like. I don't know if it's accurate either, but that's what I believe. It's 2001: A Space Odyssey 2 years ago. It was pretty cool. Shooting Joker shooting Barbara Gordon wasn't funny, but it was very memorable. That's true. What's your favorite film you watched in the movies? Fight Club's my favorite movie of all time, and I saw that in the theater, so there you go. Cleared it up about Triple H and Orton because it sounds like Orton did something suspect to Triple H. Yeah, no, I meant the other way around. Blair Witch Project, one I was very upset I've ever seen the audience after that was finished. Yeah, I saw that at home. I didn't go. I didn't drink the Kool-Aid enough to watch it in the theater. I think we're going in non-color today because I'm not sure if I quite have the time. Discord Tag Team Champ. Dead Set Fight Club on Sunday, and he said it was didn't like Fight Club, did he? Oh no! Whatever there is to do. Shoot. How do you feel about Randy Savage as Bonesaw McGraw? I liked it. I will say that I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but the original comic book character that Spider-Man faces is named Crusher Hogan, so I thought it was funny that Macho was playing Hogan. But allegedly, he was casted just because whoever was in charge of finding the wrestler character, the person who played a wrestler, just liked Macho Man's voice, and she allegedly didn't know, he or she didn't allegedly know who it was. I believe it was a woman. How do you feel about Bonesaw? Is Bonesaw ready? Generate. Popular around here, huh? In movies, comics, or wrestling, does doing something again ever work? Sure. Look at all the reboots they're making. Or is it like the Simpsons gag? Please, how did you get in there? I tried the coat hanger again. Why do we always just try things once? Is it missed bad that I forgot that I forgot to give him an extra leg on this side originally. I caught it like later on. Yeah, team with TJ. Alright, so Scott Steiner with Penelope Ford on being the elite this week. Really? Hey! Maria Willis Jones? Oh, I'm glad you think something this is cool. I saw Predator in the cinema sometime back, and it was much better on the big screen. Must have been like 30 seconds more explosions. Man, I wish I could see Predator in the movies. The real Predator, the original, because I only like the first Predator. I don't care for any other Predator movie. Um, but yeah. Definitely overdid that. Okay, you should draw a Beta Ray Bill. I feel like I am overdue to draw a Beta Ray Bill, actually. um, I'm also exporting a video as we speak for the wrestling show. Just going through the process of destroying this brush to get just a little faint bit of texture on here. Speaking of ants, I feel ripped off. I didn't see a giant ant in the latest King Kong, despite it being mentioned and heard in the film. I did not think about that. Dave, looks like he is in fast forward. Yeah, I'm normally a very slow, methodical drawer, but today, nope. High speed, high speed. Yeah, I done messed this brush up. There's a lot more ink in here than I thought. Okay, but I think you can save it. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, I'm going to stop with that now. At least for now, I will stop with that. So that. Blood here, blood very close. I know. Okay. Why is dude riding a giant cockroach? Because it's Ant-Man. That's not what a cockroach looks like. Are you sure you're from New York? You would know that if you really were. Yeah, what if it was Regal Cinema? I wanted to see a live-action portrayal of Beta Ray Bill. Yeah, I do too. I still think maybe there's a shot. I don't know. Odd. It's like I like the texture on Ant-Man. I mean, it's like I like the texture on the ant, but not so much on Ant-Man himself. Normally I put way too much focus on the human. But not today. Today it's going to be quite the opposite. Well, guys, I think she's done. 2 dislikes. Well, I definitely know one of them is you. Guys, well, not too bad. It's an alright one, I think. Okay, guys, but there you go. So there is Ant-Man. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Wow, okay, there is a lot of dislikes now. Alright, well, sorry that people have a different opinion than you and makes you lose your mind, Double A. Sorry that you got a lot of people on Discord doing the same thing. Okay, so anyway, well, that's going to do it for today. Everyone, thank Double A for hijacking the chat to talk about the cinema for some odd reason. And all these people giving dislikes now because of that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sakura. Glad you're here. Well, thank you for all of you who did like, and no thank you to anybody who disliked for whatever reason. And as always, Dave knows.